So this tutorial is to show you how to make um, login cards for younger students or really students of any age that will be applied using Christine Pinto's template, and this is a way to use a bunch of different ways or generate a bunch of different cards at one time. So you actually have to start in Excel instead of Google Sheets. We'll end up in Google Sheets, but what we need to do is say these are all your students' usernames. We don't want them as full text like this. We want them in individual cells because that's going to be what's going to help us to create a large batch of login cards really easily. So we need to highlight the whole list and then come up here into the data tab and choose this text to columns. And when it comes with text to columns, you will have two options here. You want the second one, the fixed width, and we hit next, and then we are going to individually draw lines in between each letter, going for the longest of all the names. In this case, it does appear that the longest name is William Shakespeare, but I can just scroll through, make sure that there are none longer than that. You're going to press next, and then leave this blank and press finish. And what that has done is now that has taken all of them and it has spread them down into their individual characters. I'm going to have to do that again with the passwords. These are just randomly created passwords, so I'm not giving you William Shakespeare's password for Google Drive. So again, you go to the data tab, text to columns, choose the second option, fixed width, go to next, draw a line here, 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 and here. Hit, you can actually just go ahead and press finish, and it splits it all up. So now from here, I'm going to go back to my original sheet, and I am going to select everything in these sheets. I'm going to copy that to go on my clipboard, and then I'm going to go into a sheet that I've already set up, and a template will be available in the blog post. And I have it set up as username 1, username 2, 3, so on and so forth, all the way up to 19, and password 1, password 2, password 3, password 4, password 5. I will show you why in a moment. So I'm just going to simply paste these in here. And you see some of them will have more blanks than necessary, and that's totally okay. Now I need to come back to my Google Excel sheet. Now I need to grab their passwords. Again, copy it, and then just go back to my Google Sheet and start at the password 1, paste it in there. Pretty straightforward. So this is one template that you'll need to get, and then the other template will look like this. This, again, as I said, this is formulated based on Christine Pinto's K2 login, and this all has conditional formatting on it. So if I press A, it'll conditional format it to a different color based on what row of text. But this uses on Autocrat, and so you just basically put in username 1, username 2, so on and so forth until you have 19, and the same thing with passwords, and I also put in a blank for first name, last name. So then from here you go to Autocrat, you press add-ons, Autocrat, launch, let it do its thing. Set up a new job. We're going to call these K2 login. Going to go next. We're going to select from Drive, and we're going to want the template with all the different tags that I just showed you, and hopefully that should be the first one that comes up. It's going to take a second to fetch the tags from the template, and then we are ready to move on ahead. And now I need to make sure that my merge tab is sheet 1, because that's where I have the usernames and passwords. Or sheet 2 is actually where I have the usernames and passwords. And everything has mapped itself already because I titled my column headers the same as my tags. So I hit next. I'm going to use the last name as the file name. I'm going to say login, multiple output, Yep, you want to make sure it's a Google Sheet output. I do not want it in that folder. I actually want to put it in a different folder. So I'm going to put it in this author login cards. I hit next. I don't want any dynamic folder reference. I don't want a merge condition. I don't want to share these. I don't want to run them on any sort of trigger, and I'm going to press save. It's going to save my job here. And then I am going to run the job, and what that is going to do is that is going to create the cards. So I will run it. I'm going to pause the video so you don't have to watch the whole merging process, but then I'll go into the next step, how you can get them all into one easily printable document. So now that all the cards have been created, we will open them, and so you'll be able to see what exactly they look like. So it is color-coded based on the length, whatever character appears on whatever key row, and you'd have to color code the keys as well. But what I want to do is I don't want to have to go through and print each of these one by one, because A, that wastes a lot of paper, and B, that takes up a lot of time. So I am going to create a new spreadsheet, and I will do that by hitting File, New, Spreadsheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another add-on, and so I'll come to here. I'll use an add-on called Combine Sheets, and it does exactly what it sounds like. It's going to take all the values of various different sheets, and it's going to create them into one large sheet. So I will find the sheet that has all of the cards that I've created, so they are in here, and I will just select all of these files and add, and this takes a moment, and I want to use all of those sheets with the exception of this untitled spreadsheet. And so I will want to put it onto a new spreadsheet. It'll take a moment to process. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow, because I'm going to pause the video so we don't have to just watch this processing screen. So it has been combined. I'm going to press Open New Spreadsheet. And what it does is it's going to take all the stuff and it's going to put like this. Now you'll notice that it lost the fancy conditional formatting. So I need to go back to one of my original ones, and I'm going to hit on this drop down arrow down here in the sheet, I'm going to hit copy to, and I am going to use new spreadsheet. I can also go into my recent and hit new spreadsheet, and I'll hit success. It says success copying. So what I do here is I will select formatting here, hit paint format, come to my sheet 1, press up here in the corner, and it will apply all of the formatting to there. And then all you have to do from here is, since you have everything highlighted, you can double click it and then just kind of mess around with the formatting from there. If you want to be really fancy about it, you can do the merging the cells, and then just merge each of these, so on and so forth. And then there you have it. All you have to do from there is you print, and it is all there on one sheet. I know this was a couple of steps, but a lot of this is simply sitting and waiting. Alright, well, I'm going to end this video now, and hopefully this will help your younger students get logged in, because everything's nice and color-coded.